Hey and welcome to my video. My name is Nina and today we are going to be working on Maple's apiary. Now you might be wondering, Nina, this is the same area we were working in the last video. Now, you are correct, it is, but it can also be seen kind of as a part 2 to that video because I wanted to create a little farm district for my cubs. I know Melba, that we built the apple orchard for, is a koala, but she is a cub on drops, okay? I know koalas are not bears, But for this video, we are going to be building an apiary for Maple. And yeah, let's get started. Now, as per usual, I just started by working on the terraforming for this part. As you saw in the beginning, there is a Zen bridge at the bottom of this area. Like, if you look up, you will see this stream that we are creating right now, and I thought it would be the perfect spot for a double bridge moment that I magically just built. Just like that. Just with the magic of editing. So yeah, we just built that tiny little Zen bridge, and honestly, this is the favorite side effect to this. This is my favorite side effect to this build. I love it so much. Yeah, and then I started by laying out my path. Again, as per usual, I always start by terraforming and then putting down the path that I want to go through that specific area. Yeah, always changing it later. Yeah, that's just me. If you are not very interested in the whole like pre-planning and as I said, the whole like terraforming trees, etc., I will put a timestamp down below so that you can skip to where I actually start the designing and putting down items and not just nature. So yeah, you can skip ahead if you like. If not, enjoy, grab a snack, there's a lot of adjusting. And then I did the little tree glitch. I'm not going to explain much, but I could put a link in the description. I'm not sure who came up with it or who found that little glitch, but I think it's common knowledge at this point. So you can just search up ACNH tree glitch or something like that. There's a lot of videos, so you can find it. It just basically allows you to plant a tree at the very edge of the cliff, which would not be possible if you'd follow Nintendo's guidelines. So and then I gave Melba a little doormat, like a little blanket, right in front of her door. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. And then just continued on with the pathwork. Also, this very strange cliff shape. I'm not sure what I was thinking when I terraformed it right because I always terraform in the beginning when I start my island, just to get an idea of where everything should go. And I did this pretty early on, and then I just kept editing it because I added that flower field next to my house, and I wanted this to overlook that field because I thought it was a very vast, nice kind of view. And I'm going to be adding a tiny little additional build that you won't see much of in this video, but it will be in the final tool. It's basically just like planting flowers again, one tree, putting down blanket coats, and then adding a few pumpkin items because I just wanted this area to have a little backdrop when I did the final tour and not just an empty barren cliff. So yeah, I kind of did that off camera, or I did parts of it on camera, and I thought I did all of it, but I can't find the footage. If you know what could be the issue with that, it might be my software, because I'm using the Elgato software, and I know that most people record with OBS, but that kind of made my game super laggy, and I'm not sure why that is. It might be because I'm recording on just a laptop and not a gaming PC. So yeah, but the Elgato software used to work a lot better for me, but I just keep losing footage that way, and I'm not sure if it's the Elgato, my laptop, my brain. I don't know. So yeah, if you think that you might have a solution for that or any tips, please comment down below, because I'd love to give you like the full footage that I thought I recorded in future videos. Yeah. Jesus Lord, I just feel like I just babbled on and on and on and on. I feel like Isabel or Blathers. Super talkative voiceover today. I'm so sorry if you are not here for that. Turn down the volume. You will probably, with the evolution of my videos, hear a lot more from me as I get more comfortable talking. So just a little sneak peek in my future video style, if you will. And then I actually finally started to put down items, and right in front of her house, I thought it would be cute to have some beekeepers' hives and add just some more naturey items. Like I added a cutting board. Again, cutting boards are a theme on my island. Surprisingly, I usually don't use them that much, but they just help with adding interest to an area without adding extra height if you want some flatter items in front of some taller ones. So yeah, added that little cutting board and then layered beehives and a log bench and some barrels just to make it look more interesting than putting beehives next to each other. Yeah, layering really is the key in Animal Crossing, I feel like. And then to the right side of her house, I put a little brick well with some more wooden items like that barrel and the wooden bucket. I also decided to add a little pumpkin sprout, as I did for Melba's house. That's also why there's an apple tree in front of Maple's house, so that whenever my island is finished, the designs will kind of flow into each other and it will not feel as abrupt and more natural and cohesive. That's why I also added some red elements. I mean, they obviously fit Maple's house as well, but as you saw in my last build, I just added a few pops of red here and there to kind of carry the color of the apples. So I also brought that into that build because you can kind of see it when you're on the ground level standing in front of Melba's house. And as I said, I wanted this to be a little farming district, so I wanted it to fit and work together kind of. And then I threw a garden wagon just behind Maple's and in front of Melba. Jesus. Okay, it's very hard to keep switching between Melba and Maple. So if I ever make a mistake and say the wrong cubs/koala's name, ignore that and just imagine that I'm like super smart and always know what to say, okay? To emphasize the fact that this is a cub living here and being like a cub's farming district, I added that little baby bear onto that Zen cushion stack, and I just love it so much. It also fits my cozy theme and brings that into the more farmy side of this build. Now, to give this a very nice backdrop and connect it to that little part of the cliff that is left back there, I just started to waterscape and create a little stream that kind of forks at the waterfall flowing down. And I love how dynamic this looks, and it also adds a little more interest on my map. Because for this island, I also want my map to feel very dynamic. And I think while focusing on your map, that can really help to balance areas and show you where you could add some more interest. Obviously, that's not a must, but I just like to go about it that way. And then I just brought the items that I used at the bottom, like the beekeeper's hives, and I also added a little honey pot just to, again, carry the design onto that cliff, make it look more cohesive and fluent, and yeah. Also, part of the footage that I lost or cannot find is when I put down some items on the left side of Maple's house, because I just added like some barrels and I think a wooden bucket. And now you just see a little glimpse to the area I built behind it. So I added a little picnic spot where you could also carve pumpkins. That was kind of the idea, like sit in the shade, carve out some pumpkins maybe, and overlook that beautiful flower field that is also, again, carried onto the cliff. Yeah, really like that detail. And I kind of, that part, like the overlooking part and the bridge moment, are my favorite. Lovely that the main aspect of this video is not my favorite part. Yeah. Well, you never know what you create, and I love it so much. And that kind of wrapped up the build then. You will see all the little parts of this build in the final tool that I will leave you to now. If you enjoyed this video, I would very much appreciate it if you like and subscribe to my channel. You are super welcome here. And yeah, take care of yourselves. Until next time, and bye bye.